Yes, we did up to the 24th question, part A, and from today we have to do part B, right? So the question B is find the equation of the line perpendicular to PQ, which passes through the point P. We need to find out the equation of the line which is perpendicular to the given line PQ and passes through the point P. So do you have any idea how can we do this sum? Mhm. To find an equation of a line, we should know about two things. The first thing is we should know the gradient of that line segment, and the other thing is we must know the y-intercept. Okay, so gradient means the m and the y-intercept is the c. If you know these two things about a line, you can write its equation as y equals mx plus c. So the problem is how can we find out M and how to find out C. First of all, I'll show you the marks given for this sum. So you can see it's 4 marks. So it means you have to work a little more to get the answers for this sum, right? So the first thing we can find is the gradient. So let's see how can we find the gradient of this line segment. To find the gradient of this line, they have given you a clue. They say this line is perpendicular to PQ. This line is perpendicular to PQ. So if a line perpendicular to another line, reciprocal of this line is the the gradient of this line is the negative reciprocal of the other line. Can you understand what I'm saying? For example, just think we have an equation as y equals 2x. Okay, my equation is y equals 2x. So can you tell me what's the gradient of this equation is? It's a very simple equation, y equals 2x. So what's the gradient of this line?
Gradient.
Yes. Just by looking at the equation, you can say what's the gradient is.
You asking the formula of the gradient or
No.
the grade?
Just look at the given equation, y equals 2x, and tell me what's the gradient of this specific one, not the general
Two,
formula. Yeah. Sorry?
two, two.
Yes, 2. Yeah. The gradient is always the coefficient of x. The number in front of x is the gradient. So in this case, the gradient is plus 2. So if I ask you to write the gradient of the line perpendicular to this line, okay, perpendicular to this line, the gradient of that perpendicular line will be the reciprocal of this. So what's the reciprocal of 2? The reciprocal means turning upside down.
Upside
No?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you turn 2 upside down, we know the denominator of 2 is 1. So if you turn this upside down, it will become half. Right? I think it's clear for you. So the reciprocal is half, but not just the reciprocal. They say it's negative reciprocal. So therefore, it becomes negative half x. The perpendicular line will be y equals negative half x. So how we got this negative half, this minus half? It's the negative reciprocal of the given line's gradient. So if two lines are perpendicular to each other, the gradient of the perpendicular line will be the negative reciprocal of the given line. If I give you another example, look at this one, y equals 5x. Okay, so can you tell me the gradient of the line perpendicular to this line or the equation of the line perpendicular to this line? What will be the equation of the line perpendicular to this line?
Equation.
Yes, as I wrote here, this is the equation of the line perpendicular to the given line. So like that, if you write the equation of the line perpendicular to
Minus,
this, yeah. Say that again, Nehansa.
is it like in about minus 1 over
Yeah,
5
yes,
x?
yes. Yeah, minus 1 over 5x. Now, did you understand how to write the
Yeah.
uh, gradient of a line perpendicular to a given line? It's
Yes, teach.
always the reciprocal, but not only the reciprocal, it's the negative one. We'll do another one more example before go to our sum. Look at this one. Y equals 2/3 x. Y equals 2/3 x. Right? So I need to write down the line perpendicular to this. Line perpendicular to this. So what will be the equation of the line perpendicular to this?
But there's a denominator as well.
Yes, yeah. So we need to write the reciprocal. The reciprocal means turning the given one upside down.
That means y equal minus 3 over 2x.
Yeah. Y equals minus 3 over 2x. To write the reciprocal, always it doesn't want to be a whole number. If it is a whole number, we take the denominator as 1. But if it has a denominator already, we just turn it upside down. Did you understand?
Yes, teach.
Yes. Now we can go to our question in the paper. So they say write the equation of the line perpendicular to the given line PQ. So as I told here before, we should know M, which is the gradient, and also C, which is the y-intercept, to write the equation of a line. So the first thing we can find is M. So now what we are going to do is finding M. So as it is perpendicular to PQ, we know it must be the negative reciprocal of PQ. But the problem is we don't know what the gradient of PQ also, because see, they didn't give the gradient of PQ. So first of all, we should find the gradient of the line PQ. To find the gradient of the line PQ, they have given us two coordinates. So we have learnt, if we know two coordinates, how to find the gradient. For that you have to use the formula that we use to find out the gradient. Right? So can you find the gradient of this line PQ by using that formula? What's the formula for gradient?
Difference of y
Yes.
and down difference of x.
Yeah, difference of y divided by difference of x. Okay, so tell me, how can we find the difference of y? What are the two y coordinates here?
Minus 1, minus 4. Sorry, minus 1 and 4.
Y coordinates? In the last class also I told you, always in a coordinate, the first number is x and the second number is y. First number is x and the second number is y. For every coordinate
Minus 4.
that it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So the two y coordinates are 4 and minus 2.
+2.
Yeah. So to find the difference, we need to subtract 4 and minus 2. So 4 subtract minus 2. 4 minus 2. And what are the two x coordinates?
-1 and -3.
Yeah. So to find the difference, we subtract -1 and -3. So give me the answer for 4 minus 2. What's the answer for the numerator?
No, 6 +6.
Yeah, yes. Minus and minus makes plus. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And the denominator?
+2.
Plus 2. Minus and minus is plus 3. So minus 1 plus 3 is plus 2. So 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3. So the the gradient of the line PQ is 3, right? The gradient of the line PQ is 3. What we need to find is the gradient of the line perpendicular to PQ. So if the PQ is 3, what will be the gradient of the line perpendicular to that?
I didn't got that.
Now, earlier I taught you at the beginning of the class, okay, if they have given the equation as y equals 2x, the perpendicular one will be y equals minus half a x. Can you remember?
Yes.
So that means the gradient of the given line is 2 and the gradient of the perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal of that. Okay, we learned that. Now the gradient of the given line PQ is 3.
3.
I should write the gradient of the line perpendicular to that.
-1.
Minus
1 divided by 3.
Yeah, minus 1 over 3. Why don't you sure about that? We write the negative reciprocal of this. So the denominator of 3 is 1. So if you turn it upside down, which means writing the reciprocal, it will become 1/3. And not only that, it should be minus reciprocal. So minus 1/3. Now we know the gradient of the line perpendicular. But that's not enough because we need to write the equation of that line. So equation of a straight line is always y equals mx plus c. That's the general equation for all the straight lines. So let's see how can we substitute these values. They say that perpendicular line goes through point P. That perpendicular line goes through point P. So point P is this. In point P, the x value is -1 and y value is 4. So where y, I can put 4. I can substitute the value 4. M we found as -1/3. Therefore, m I can substitute with the value -1/3. And x in that coordinate, in coordinate point P, the x value you can see, the x value is -1. So where x I can put -1 plus c. C is the one that we are going to find out. So let's find c. First I can multiply -1/3 by -1. So minus number multiplied by a minus number will give plus answer. So therefore, 1/3 multiplied by 1 is again just 1/3. So minus and minus plus C. Then to find out C, I can keep C alone and take this 1/3 to the other side of the equal mark. Then it becomes minus 1/3. So 4 minus 1/3. Now I need to subtract these two. So the common denominator of those two will be 3. So therefore 4 also we should multiply by 3. Then it's 12. So it's 12 minus 1 equals C. So C equals 12 minus 1 is 11. So the value of C becomes 11 over
11.
3. Yes. So now we know C and M both. M is minus 1/3 and C we found as 11 over 3. Therefore, I can write the equation of that line. Y equals M is minus 1/3. So minus 1/3 x plus C. C is 11 over 3. So this is the equation of the line perpendicular to the line segment PQ. Y equals minus 1/3 x plus 11 over 3. We found the gradient of the line by using this, and we found the y-intercept by using this method. So if you know the gradient and the intercept, you can write the equation for that for any line segment. Okay, M is minus 1/3 and C is 11 over 3. Did you understand this sum, Nehansa?
Yes, teacher.
Right. So if you want to write down, you can write.
I took a screenshot. I'll write it down.
Right, okay.